Hello, folks. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday is probably not the right greeting, but I hope everyone is having a happy Sunday. Who do we have here? Ruth Adams. Evening here in the UK. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, of course it is. Thank you for joining, though. Now, I have to know how to pronounce your name. Gagan says hey, and we got Carol Lang says hi. We got Sophie in the house. And can I, Gagan? Can I call you Gagan? Gagan? From Canada. I really wanted to make it to Canada this year, and it didn't happen. Hello from New Jersey. Now that's going to be Laura. I'm getting better at recognizing your names. And we got Eric. Eric is a brand new patron of the Candle Enthusiast Patreon page. Welcome, Eric. And Bobcat is here. We got Rachel. All right. Nirmal. Greetings from Philly. Nirmal, have we been properly introduced? Lorna says, hey. Christine and Monica Carl. Oh, God. She's here. I always feel like I have to introduce Monica. Monica is my sister-in-law, my dear, dear sister-in-law. She's out in Los Angeles. So the Weather Channel said it was going to be a cold couple days in New England. Very brisk, very cold. So I packed accordingly. I'm on the road. I packed accordingly, and I'm sitting here in a t-shirt, and I'm sweating my brains out. So thumbs up to the Weather Channel. Celebrating Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. Well, we're celebrating, it's Columbus Day weekend, is it not? So let me fill you in. What's going on? I'm not on the porch today. Right now I'm in New Baltimore, New York. I'm at a rest stop on the New York State Thruway, heading north, heading back into Massachusetts today. You guys could probably guess what I might be doing, but I'll keep it a secret for now. But just because I'm on the road doesn't mean that I was not going to do a live today. And this is one of my favorite rest areas. It's big, it's spacious, Starbucks. Eric is in Holland. Wait a minute, Holland, or wait a minute, just below Newtown. All right. I'm not sure where Holland or Newtown is, unless it's Holland. Maybe I should move to Massachusetts. You know what? Let me tell you, it's not like I haven't thought about it, but it's like Massachusetts is my hub. If you look at Disney World or Disneyland, you have the center, the hub, right, where Walt Disney's statue is, the partner statue. And then whether you go right, straight, left, backwards, it brings you to all of the different lands. And I kind of feel like that's what Massachusetts is for me. You get to the hub, and if you want to go to Vermont or New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, specifically upstate New York, and eventually we're going to get up to Maine as well. It's kind of the hub of New England. So I got apples here. There is a really nice farmer's market, a New York apple country farmer's market just down the way here. At the end of the video, maybe we'll take a quick little look-see of what they have. They have Concord grapes. I'm not a big fan of Concord grapes in the wine form, but man, Concord grapes in their on the vine, if you've ever had a chance, incredibly aromatic. As far as I know, there's nothing on earth that smells like Concord grapes right off the vine. But right here look at this apple. Now here's the thing. I grew up. I've lived a lot of my adolescence, my adult life, and I'm again finding my roots in upstate New York, apple country. And even though I've lived there, it's hard to find quality apples like this, because apples like this go to the cities, New York City, they go to all of the wonderful farmers markets. But, you know, if you shop in the grocery store, you get like the bag stuff, the very normal stuff. But this is not normal. Even though it might have some little nicks and bruises and stuff like that, I'm telling you, if you eat an apple like this, the variety is called Fortune. It's as if you're eating an apple for the very first time. I'll try one of those in a little bit, but you know, I'm on the road. It's you know, apple season. I had to buy a basket. I'm sure I'll go through those really quickly, but we did a little mail opening last weekend. But I'm really starting to get behind with these packages. So I figured we open up all these packages. A lot of them are from you guys. A lot of them are from candle companies, where I'm going to, you know, I'll show them to you now, but I'm going to be doing separate reviews for them. And but a lot of stuff here. I recognize the names, some of you guys, but I have no idea what's inside. And I should say really quick, my last week's live video was sadly erased. Now, it's half my fault, but for whatever reason, the video never fully processed. And because I was doing it on the mobile phone, there was no way to re-upload it. But it's very sad because it touched on a lot of things that were special to me. A lot of you guys, a couple of you guys, I should say, sent me some things. No, not a couple. Several of you guys sent me some things that meant a lot to me, and that's not documented anymore. And then, if anyone missed last Sunday, Scent Pop Candle Company, we have this review coming up very soon. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I'm going to be doing a full review on this trio set. This trio set is a Nightmare Before Christmas trio. It's called Sally's Potion Collection. Deadly Nightshade, Frog's Breath, and Worm's Wart. And let me tell you, I have smelled these. They are incredibly delicious, seasonally appropriate. Because it's so late in October already, I highly recommend, trust me, my endorsement, they get my full endorsement. I'm not being paid to say this. This is not a sponsored video, but I know Scent Pop Candle Company must be running low on stock, or at least struggling to keep up with the orders because we're so close to Halloween. So make sure, if you're interested, check them out. Get yours. They sell their candles via Etsy. When this video is concluded, I will link them up below. So that was one package I opened last week, but let's open some new stuff. All right, so we have the package right here. How we all doing, by the way? We still doing good? Brad Root from Modena, Ohio. Now, I have a guess. I know that last name, Root. I think you guys might know that last name as well, but I can never be too sure. Let's see what we have in here. I don't want to cut my headphone cables. Can anybody guess what's inside this box? And my phone is quite a bit a distance away from me. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? I'm going to try to keep my eyes. I got to really get better at this. Root Candle, says Julie. I wonder if she's correct. Wow. So we have some literature. Thank you for taking the time to help spread the Root Candle buzz. We created a special promo code for 40% off for you to use. Please feel free to share this code with your followers. The code is valid until November 21st. We're looking forward to hearing what you think. All right, so Root Candle, once again, wants to do a little collaboration. Oh, wow. We got several things in here. if you guys don't know Root Candle, very big company, really easy to find these folks' products in, you know, big shops, like department store shops, but also boutique shops as well. I have no idea what is inside this box. Yeah, so this is going to be one of their smaller lines. I know this. This one's called Seeking Balance, Awaken, Basil and Lime. Check that out. And look at the vessel here. Root Candle. Getting very fancy. I don't know if I'm smelling that or I'm smelling this. Now, and look at that. Wood wick. Wood wick. Oh, yeah. There's a lot more going on in here than basil and lime. That's going to be fun to evaluate. Keep your eyes open for that. I'm going to do this as soon as possible because I want to give you guys a chance to use that promo code. What I'll do is I'll also put that promo code in the description of this video. So this way you don't have to wait for my review. You can use it immediately. But I love Roots. I've worked with them before and I had a blast with their candle. But this time I want to do it for the Candle Enthusiast channel. Oh my God. Guys, if you could smell this. This is what I was smelling. Wow. This one you're probably familiar with if you're a Root fan. It's called Bourbon Vanilla. Look at that. We have this aluminum top, but certainly has that copper approach with the Root label with the honeycomb. See that? The screen is very dark for me. There is a strand of hair inside. Oh, man. That one's going to be fun. That one's going to be fun. Bourbon? Bourbon? I don't know if we can say bourbon, guys, but this one has got a lot going on. It's dominated by vanilla. But this one I'm going to have to think about for a little bit. And I'll do a nice little Root video. Maybe I'll throw in some of my own Root candles as well to flesh out an entire video on Root. So huge shout out to Root. This is completely unsponsored. They're just they've always been very kind to me. They do help out other reviewers. They send them products, but you know, I think they've grown fond of this channel, which really makes me feel good right in here. So thank you to Roots. Who knows? Maybe I'll review these on the road. Why not? Maybe I'll get a bottle of bourbon and review the candle. How's that sound, Monica? Now, if you read the headline to this video, you'll notice it says back on the road. So we talked about that. It says unboxing. We're doing that. And then the last little thing it says is a sincere statement from me. And we'll talk about that. I'll address that in a little bit. Usually, you know, I keep you know, things that, you know, personal things in my life, I keep them secret. There's no reason to share them with, I mean, you guys are friends and all, but, you know, I want this to be a nice little positive escape for everybody. I don't want to be dwelling on the minutia of life. We all have things that we have to deal with in life, but this should be a nice, fun escape for all of us. But there is something that I do want to mention, but we'll get to it. Hi, Shane. Here is the candle I was telling you about. It's nothing super special, but I just love the simple approach that Country Heart Candle Company takes to their soy candles. It's called Autumn Spice. Hope you enjoy it. Thank God we finally reached the fall weather. I don't know. It's not quite fall right now. Do you see the beads of sweat? Take care, Timothy, Ryan. I won't share your last name just in case you don't want to. But I think Timothy, I think we're dealing with TRF on YouTube. So if you're joining us, TRF, Timothy, thank you for sending me this. I think you told me what this was. Yeah, so there we go. Take a close look there. We have a country heart candle. So Timothy was sharing with me that this is like a kind of a mom and pop candle company local to where he resides, and he likes the simplistic approach. And if you've spent time watching my videos, you'll know that simplistic for me is never a bad word. We have a mason jar. What's interesting is, if you do some research, this is almost exactly what Yankee candles looked like when they first started producing candles back in the early 70s. It was simply, they had handwritten labels, but it was just simply a jar just like this with very simplistic concepts. So very reminiscent of early Yankee Candle. Let me share you my thoughts, my woo! Wow. Okay, heavy stuff here. Heavy stuff. I mean, as you would imagine, you have to love, I didn't mention the name, triple scented autumn spice. You have to love baking spices here. You have to. Hello, Kitty Jenny. Trying to keep my eyes here on the comments. My phone is going dim on me. It's the new iOS. And the sun's coming out. Wonderful. But let me try to pinpoint some of these spices. So cinnamon, nutmeg, absolutely. I want to say ginger because this is like atomic fireball candy spicy, right? Red hot candies, hot tamale candies. But it's not necessarily as sweet. It smells like freshly ground, freshly toasted baking spices. And how could I be mistaken? I'm getting a little bit of apple in the background. So they say triple scented, but I don't know. There's a little bit of apple poking its head out. If you're into it, if you are all about the heavy baking spices, those warm fragrances that make you feel comfy, cozy in your home, wearing a sweater and a hot cup of cocoa or coffee in your hand, sitting on the couch, reading a book, this will certainly enhance this experience. And being that this is a small candle company, if you are in the area, I don't see a website on here, but I can't say for sure that there's not a website. Definitely support candle companies like this. Definitely support, because if we don't support candle companies like this, true passionate candle makers will be a thing of the past. Small production is a large part of the candle world. We can't ever forget that. Very nice. Timothy, thank you so much for sending me this. I will certainly be burning this. Okay, so Nicole's burning Bath & Body Works flannel right now. Somebody asked me, oh God, oh no, they're gonna kill me. I don't think she's here, but I'm missing a package. I'm missing a package. Lisa, are you here? Is Lisa here? I am so sorry, Lisa. I've been promising to open up her package, and now I'm looking at the packages in front of me. I don't have hers. It was a massive box, and unless it's in my car, I don't have it. So at Autumn in the Park, someone is burning. Ba-ba-ba-ba. But we do have another box. Lisa, I'm so sorry. We will be opening that very soon. As soon as I get my hands on it. What's this? So listen to the name of this town, Maple Valley. Sounds like a magical place. Honestly, Maple Valley. I would love to have an address like that. It's got directions. Do not open from this side. Open from this side. Oh, wow. All right. I like it. So I'm going to cut this very gently. Or maybe I should just, you know what? Let's play it safe. I might as well just state right now. We all know Rebekah. Rebekah is the lovely, lovely lady who won this Sweet Seduction candle giveaway, and also has a tremendous family who has supported me from the very beginning. And look at this. I have no idea. This was not something she had discussed with me. Already, I am incredibly excited because I use tote bags like this all of the time. Let's see what we got inside, what we have inside. Oh my God, this is... I tell you guys not to spend a lot of money. And this is what happens. Oh my Lord. Look at the packaging. Let's start with this one. What do you call this when you have that rainbow effect? It's not phosphorescent. But what is that called? I really like it. And there's a note. The only place in the world you can purchase this is behind the counter at the original Starbucks on Pike Street. Are you kidding me? Now you can keep your coffee warm on all your adventures. Oh, you're killing me here. This is pulling out my heartstrings right here. One, I have to keep this. Don't hate on Starbucks, everybody. Don't hate on Starbucks. I am a coffee enthusiast, but even still, I am a lover and supporter of Starbucks. And so is Monica Carlson. All right, what do we got? So you can only get, so if you don't know, Starbucks, I don't know what you want to call it. It's not the flagship store, but the original Starbucks is in Seattle, Pike Place, which is the name of their house blend. And this is where this was purchased. Oh, wow. That is certainly one of my favorite colors. I don't know if you can see that with the light, but it's like this metallic copper brown rust. It almost looks like it's leather, only metallic. And right there you see established in 1971, the first store, Starbucks, 1912, Pike Place, Seattle, Washington. And I'm guessing that's the original logo right there, the original mermaid. Look at that. Things have certainly changed. And this is, I love Starbucks. Anybody with me here? Starbucks makes like the most amazing seasonal products, like mugs and thermal things like this. And I'm not even kidding, Rebekah. I will be taking this with me everywhere I go. I have a specific pocket in my backpack where this will go. It will go with me on all of my travels. And this is not even me bluffing. I bought a venti today, a 20-ounce Starbucks coffee, right before I left this morning. But this one I had to buy here. Why? Because it got cold on me. Not anymore. Not anymore. This is not just a nice product. This is a very, very special gift. Thank you so much. So Rebekah and the entire Johnson family, thank you so much. I don't think Rebekah's here with us today, but if you've had a chance to talk to her on the Candle Enthusiast fan page, if you had a chance to talk to her on any of the other platforms, any of the other candle vloggers here on YouTube, you'll know how much of a sweetheart she is. And huge shout out to Rebekah. Thank you so much, really. Let me put this inside because I like little notes. I like things like that. And the packaging, are you kidding me? Love it. I love it. But there's more. There's more in this package. Come on, what's that called? Did somebody say it? Monica, you know everything, right? If you don't know, Monica knows everything. What is that called? You know, it's like when you spill oil or gasoline, you kind of get that rainbow effect. Or certain jewels, certain pearls. Iridescent. Iridescent. See, I always think it's IS. So I try to say isodescent, iridescent. Thank you very much. Iridescent, which sounds like a really great name for a candle company, if you ask me. Wink, don't steal my ideas. Fantastic. I'm keeping this too. And this tote's gonna carry my lunch. Look at this. We got more. For Elsa, my puppy. If you haven't been introduced to Elsa, she's my brand new teacup Maltese puppy. For Elsa, I love to give warm hugs, and I wanted to give you. I wanted to give one to you. I made this so no matter how much it snows, you will be warm. Of your ginormously fluffy cat friend Olaf. So Rebekah, this is not from Rebekah, this is from Olaf. Rebekah has a cat, Olaf, and keeping with the theme of Olaf, this is for Elsa to always stay warm so that she can escape to the summer whenever she feels like it, sit on the beach, have cocktails. What could it be, though? And she said she made it? Wait a minute. I wanted to give one of these to you. I made this so no matter how much it snows, you will be warm. Bus. Oh. Heartstrings being pulled, being pulled. Oh, man. Look at this. I gotta take the headphones off for a second. Oh my God. So we have Anna and Elsa on one side, Olaf on the other, and the little, what do we call these guys? I forget, but these little guys from the short film. This is fantastic. And yes, you know, this is handmade. It's two prints kind of weaved together. This is really thick. Elsa is going to love this, Rebekah. Thank you so much. She's not here with me. It was very hard to say, goodbye to her this morning. But is she going to love? She loves blankets. She loves blankets, whether it's clothes, blankets, pillows. She just likes to dive right in to anything that's light and fluffy. So trust me when I say she's gonna love it. Can you guys hear me? Forgot that I didn't have this on. All right. Rebekah's awesome. If you guys remember, please give a nice shout out to Rebekah in the comments below when this video has been posted. This is a very special gift. Happy to share it with you. I want to make sure that there's nothing else in there. Fantastic. All right. So let me quickly talk about that sincere moment that's in the titles, and then we're gonna wrap this up a little bit early today because I do have to drive. I will take you over to the farmers market, but there's times in life, and again, I don't ever like to use excuses on this channel. It's just there's no reason to ever make excuses why you don't do things. If you fail, you fail. If you say you're going to do something and you don't come through, like if I've been saying like, oh, I was going to do this, and one thing leads to another and it doesn't happen, or it comes out far too late. So I really don't believe in excuses, but I have to say, something happened to me this week that I would like to share with you folks. That was it was very, very profound. It was a very profound moment in my life, and I really just couldn't shake it off. And I essentially lost about 4 or 5 days of editing, filming. This is the prime time of the year for me, at least I figure, because this is when I want to film. The season's changing. I was in the middle of filming a segment. It was actually the Witch's Brew candle, not Yankee Candle, but Coventry Creations. And if you haven't seen that video, please check them out. 2 of the 4 videos are now posted. And I highly recommend, if you are hardcore aromatic people, if you like pretty, beautiful, you want to make your house smell lovely and dainty, these candles are not for you. But if you are like hardcore, I want to experience aromas that I never even thought existed, you have to take a look at these reviews. They're going to be in my uploads. But anyway, I was just about to hit the record button, and I received a text message from a very dear friend, a very close friend, that was a roommate of mine, a classmate in college. And the text message just said, "Tom Petty, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark." And I held my phone and I looked at that text message for probably about 5 minutes. Time really just stopped right there for about the next 24 hours. I quickly, after those 5 minutes, researched, and I didn't want to read details, but I kind of got the message that Tom Petty was rather very, very, very sick or had passed away. Now, we've lost so many great musicians in 2016, 2017. So many musicians, if you look at the 20th and the 21st century, have left us far, far too soon. And even in high school, I could just sit in my car and listen to like The Doors and imagine, wow, what if Jim Morrison was still around? What if he was still around producing music? But this wasn't just about the music, about Tom Petty. Tom Petty, this sounds very cliche, but he truly was the soundtrack of my life. It wasn't his music, it was his voice. And I'm not talking about his pretty voice. I'm talking about from the moment I was 8 years old and I discovered Tom Petty, I listened to his songs. And although it might sound childish, I really, to current day, from that moment I was 8 years old to current day, I could fully believe when I listened to his music that he was speaking to me. I could forget that his music was loved and shared with people all around the world, that there were far more hardcore rock and roll fans that saw him many more times live than I did, even though I did see Tom Petty 11 times in concert. But it was the soundtrack of my youth, my adolescence, my 20s, up until current day. I can't tell you how much Tom Petty, the man, his words are tethered to my many experiences, my coming of age, my life, and the only thing that really got me through that day, the only thing that would ever have got me through that day was Tom Petty himself. And all I did for the remainder of that day, instead of filming, instead of editing, is I just drove all the way to my hometown, and I drove to my high school. I drove to the record store where I purchased all of his albums for the first time. I drove down by the Hudson River where my very close buddy and I would listen to Tom Petty, jump rocks into the Hudson River, sit there at night watching the trains go by, listen to Tom Petty, drive down all of the country roads that I would blast Tom Petty out of the window. When I first got my driver's license. So, like I said, I don't ever want to make excuses. And I talked about Tom Petty briefly last Sunday, and what makes me really sad is the last time I spoke about him was last Sunday, and that video is now erased. But it was it was a very profound. It's a personal thing. I kind of feel like a child. I feel like, just let it go. People go. But this one was big for me. So I just didn't feel right picking up the camera and filming things because the happiness was taken out of my body. With all of that said, I am fine. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm listening to Tom Petty now that I'm back on the road. I'm listening to him. The songs aren't making me sad. They're helping me through the moment. I don't share these personal moments, but I feel like I want to document this moment for me. This one's for me. I want to document this moment. So if I ever come back 20, 30, 40 years from now and watch these videos, I want to see myself address this very big chapter of my life. The only thing I've been able to compare it to is my father always would say the day that John Wayne passed away. I really couldn't fully understand how it was such a traumatic thing for him, but I get it. I get it because it's not just the music you're losing. It's not just the memories. It's a little part of yourself that you have to say goodbye to. So, not that his family or friends will ever watch this live video, but one day, if by chance they stumble across this rare YouTube video, my heart is with you, the family. My heart is with the fans. My heart is with the people who have ever popped in an audio cassette, a compact disc, plugged their iPod, plugged their cell phone into their vehicle, and blasted Tom Petty while driving down the highway. My heart is with you. That's it. That's it. Don't want to make this a sad moment. I should have done that a little bit quicker. But like I said, that little piece was just for me. So, and thank you for all of you who are sharing your love at the moment. All right. So with that said, really have to pick up the pieces because I got so much to film, so much to do. There's so many Halloween, autumn, and then people want Christmas stuff. So we're back on schedule. We're doing lots of things, but let's try this apple. I was gonna cut with a knife, but that's no fun. I don't want to eat a big one because I want to snack on these tonight. So again, the variety of this apple is Fortune. which I'm really not familiar with. But apparently it is, and Rebekah's here. Oh no, Rebekah, you missed your box opening. You'll have to go back and watch it. I'm not familiar with this variety, but it is from the Hudson Valley. And from my understanding, it's supposed to be at least similar to a Honeycrisp apple, meaning it's sweet, has that more of a melon texture. It's not super dense, nor does it have the higher acidity that we would find in something like a Granny Smith apple. So let's give it a taste. Rebekah, please rewatch this video. Thank you so much for all of those very, very lovely gifts. Really, from the bottom of my heart, that means a lot to me. It means a lot. You know what else means a lot? This apple. I'm not even hungry. This is going to look disgusting. It's going to sound disgusting. But let's go with it. And I have, what do you call it? Almost said, what is it when your jaw clicks? So I just want to warn you, if you're turned off by that, just block your ears for a second. I'm going to talk with my mouth open. I apologize, but you have to get your hands. Don't go to the grocery store unless there's an amazing shop that's getting apples from Hudson Valley. Or if you're like Rebekah and you're on the Pacific Northwest, I love Oregon, Washington, West Coast apples as well. But this is such a treat. This is better than candy. There's so many flavors going on here. This is not just an apple. We're tasting the skins, which are highly fragrant and almost floral. We're tasting the perfect balance of ripeness, meaning the balance of tartness and sweetness is like this. Sweetness is right about here, tartness is right about there. So we're getting predominantly the sweetness, but if we didn't have any of that tartness, this would be way too sweet because there is indeed a lot of sugar here. But don't worry about consuming sugar in this form if you're into nutrition, because there's so much fiber in these apples. Your body will process those sugars in a very slow manner. Let's get one more bite. Oh, and as I chew into those skins, do this. Next time you eat an apple, chew on the skins. Keep chewing. Excuse me. I told you it was going to be disgusting. Chew on the skins. You're going to start to notice, after a little while, you start chewing on those skins, that there's this drying sensation that starts to occur all over your mouth. Like when you're having a nice big glass of red wine. And that's going to be because there's tannin, my friends, in apples. Now in wine, you get tannin from oak barrels, and really, really high quality wines, you're getting a significant amount of tannin from the skin of the fruit as well. That's where that soft tannin, that velvety, smooth, gripping sensation comes into play. So when you're eating this, you don't want to just gulp it. You really want to chew it. Make sure you're diving deep into those skins. Make sure you're pulling out all of those flavors. That is amazing. And let's say you don't finish that apple. I don't have one right now. Just squeeze a little lemon juice on that, right? Pop it in the fridge. It won't turn brown on you. But if it does turn brown on you, don't be turned off by that. That's just oxidation. Brown is good. That just means that the oxidation is going to change the flavors. It's going to magnify the flavors. Same concept with apple cider, right? Same concept with wine. Why do we decant wine? Because we want that oxygen contact on the wine. It's going to make the wine taste better. So having your apple, you can see it's already turning a little bit brown on me. Not a bad thing at all. Don't ever be turned off by that. One more bite. Let me throw these boxes into the car. It looks like it is going to rain any second. And then let's take a clip. Do you guys want to go see the farmer's market? Get a close visual of Concord grapes, several different varieties of apples, pumpkins. They had a lot of stuff. New York maple syrups. They had preserves, jellies. You guys got to see this, right? All right. What I want you to do is hang tight. Take a look at the sky. Appreciate that sky. When's the last time you took an opportunity to look at the sky? And while you look at that sky, I'm going to pack up real quick. The sky is so beautiful. The sounds of trucks, tourists in the air. This is like a, what do they call those videos? ASMR? Probably getting that wrong. Wouldn't surprise me. Right, left. All right, folks, we're back. I'm back. Gonna throw my tripods into the car. See, that wasn't that long. In fact, we gained a subscriber while I was gone. Should I be depressed about that? I mean, I don't know. The absence of me draws people. All right, so farmer's market, just in case you don't know what we're doing, this is not nearly as big as some of the farmer's markets that we're gonna see. But I mean, come on, we're here. The sun's finally coming out. We got trains, but we got tour buses filled with people. My hands are certainly shaking a little bit today. So we got to deal with that. That is a freight train, if I've ever heard one. So right there, little tiny tent market, but it's not the tent that's special. It's what's inside that tent. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around and let's check out all of these autumnal goodies. Are you ready? Oh man. Now it's the season of the pumpkins, but I have yet to visit any pumpkin orchards. I certainly will. I will be picking my own pumpkins very soon. A collection of florals. My knowledge on florals is very limited, but I know that's not the case for some of you folks. So I don't know if you recognize any of these. These look like daisies. Am I correct? Mums? Okay, so you're teaching me. Thank you, Carol. More pumpkins, more pumpkins. And I do want to give a little plug, a little shout out to Black Horse Farms, established in 1791. I did get permission to film here. It's just I don't want you guys to think that I'm just sneaking around with the camera all these times. When I do this, always get permission from the folks, the proprietors of places such as these. But yeah, you know, if you don't live anywhere near or around apple country, you know, these are some of the things that you're missing, because all of these baskets are completely different. We have the classic Macintosh, which are fantastic for like apple pies. These are great for baking, right? You can certainly eat them fresh. I do. The ginger gold delicious apple. I'm a huge fan of golden delicious apples, but I have never had the ginger gold. Sweet yet mildly tart, great for eating and salads. That would have been my guess. Salads. Gala apples. Galas. Very, very. They dominate the orchards where I grew up, as does the Empire apple. Look at the color variances, the shape differences. Now, if you're looking at the bruises and all the deformities, don't let that turn you off. Honestly, that's a sign of quality, if you ask me. And Honeycrisp apple. So I missed these before. That's actually what I wanted. Honeycrisp apple. If we burned Yankee Candle's Honeycrisp apple cider this year, you got to try these apples if you've never had them. They are very sweet. They have a low density, like it's almost like a density of an Asian pear. They're comparable to a very firm, like watermelon. They have this wonderful, wonderful texture. Great to eat on their own. And from where I'm standing, I smell something. I smell something that is not even close to me. We're gonna end this video with what that item is, but it tells you how aromatic the product is. I keep smelling it. I keep smelling it. It's not the apples. God, I don't even know how to say that. Macoun? Yes, Honeycrisp apples are very expensive. All right, Fuji, Jonah Gold. So Jonah, from where I come from, is usually crossed with Macintosh. So you see a lot of Jonah Macs. So this is the straight up Jonah Gold. I don't think I've ever had one of those before. I shouldn't be touching all this fruit. Fortune is what I bought. Let's get a nice wide shot here. Again, sorry for the shaking. I have tremors. I have tremors. The pears are gone. Potatoes. Uh-oh. Monica, you gotta keep Monica away from this section. She's a big potato fan. Yeah, Granny Smith. It's funny because I grew up in the apple country, but of the Hudson Valley, but Granny Smith is probably my favorite variety of apple. And honestly, take a close look. Take a close look. I'm going to leave the camera right here. Apple cider donuts. Look at it and tell me if you can smell it. Does this image provoke the smell? Can you actually smell it through cyberspace? I'm serious. Because it's a sealed bag, and I'm a good foot and a half away from this bag. And my imagination, I can smell it. I can smell it. I can smell that sweet cinnamon sugar. I can smell that baked apple. I can smell that apple cider, that vanilla extract, homemade pies and baked goods. Right. So let's just check out that thing I was telling you that was super aromatic. The preserves. And look at that. Oh my God. Can you guys see how big that is? How big is it? It's a half gallon of pure New York maple syrup. How much is that? It's going to be $50. Well, yeah, I'm sure it's worth it though. That is a lot of maple syrup. Pumpkins. All right, so folks, this is what I was smelling. Now, these just look like your ordinary grapes, right? Very spherical. But these aren't your ordinary grapes. At least grapes that we would associate with wine grapes. This is a completely different species of grapes. The grapes that we find and drink in wine are going to be the Vitis vinifera grapes. This is the Vitis lambrusca, or the American variety species. And this is indeed a Concord. So most of your jellies, most of your juices are going to be made from these grapes. But if you've ever experienced Concord grapes off the vine, all I have to do is kind of waft a little bit of the Concord in this direction, and that smell is absolutely like nothing else on earth. There's nothing else in the world, to my knowledge, that smells like that. You can smell these things from a mile away. Here's the thing, they're not really great to snack on because they're small, they're really tart, and they do have seeds. But honestly, the smell is they're worth the smell alone. But these would be freshly picked because these are New York grapes, and for Concords, this is right about the time when they would be harvested. And as you can see, because these are being sold in baskets, they are far more ripe than they would be if they were going to be turned into wine. So keep your eyes open for Concord grapes. And these are a little bit more what we find in grocery stores. These are Thompson seedless grapes, also of the American species. Delicious, but super full of water. Super, super full of water. The grapes you find in Napa Valley are actually smaller, or all wine regions, I should say, are actually smaller than these grapes, if you can believe that. Check this out. We are still under 1 hour. I think an hour is always what I shoot for on these live videos, and I think we're going to make it today. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit different today. We really didn't get to talk too much about candles. I showed you a few candles, but we didn't get to talk about candles. But that is a part of this process we're going to be growing. I want to talk more about aromatics as time goes on. Travel and look at the world with our nose, our sense of smell. I say this every time, but I kind of want to make sure I'm putting that point out there, because I do realize that this channel is called the Candle Enthusiast, and it confuses a lot of folks. It's not always going to be candle reviews, but we are going to be smelling tons of things. So I do want to sign out. I do have to get back on the road, but when I'm in my hotel tonight, I'm probably going to be posting something. So there will be something fun to watch tonight, hopefully. And then same thing with the night following. And then what I'm actually filming today and tomorrow should be completed within a day or two. I'm going to try to film it very simply so it's not hard to edit. I'm really trying to teach myself. I'm really trying to be diligent in making sure that I film in a way where it doesn't take me several days to edit, because that's the problem right now. A very simple video that I shoot could take up to 4 days for me to edit. And that's just, I'm never going to succeed with this channel if I keep doing that. So I got to find ways to keep these videos pumping out faster and faster. Monica, she loves potatoes. If you ever meet Monica, if we ever have a meetup somewhere and Monica's there, bring her potatoes. You'll make her life. Everyone who's joined today, and if you said things and I missed your questions, I apologize, but the fact that I look up and we actually went over 50 people watching today, and that just really makes me feel great. So thank you as always. I'll be checking in with you guys soon, and you know how it goes. Until then, be good. Any one last question? Someone have one last question? I'll get 15 more seconds. I looked at a made up imaginary watch. Does anyone have one question? And Mark is upset that his video is gone. I'm upset too, Mark. I will include your video with your arc lighter, Edison arc lighter, in another video. Where am I headed? I am headed northeast. Let's put it that way. Headed northeast. Favorite fall movie? Does Funny Farm qualify? It's kind of a Christmas movie too. When will you make California happen? California is something that could happen spontaneously, or it's something that could take a little bit of time. I really want to do another Disneyland trip, but I just, really trying to live life super frugally right now. I'm trying to make sure each penny is accounted for, so that we could invest all of the dimes and dollar bills out of my pocket and out of your contributions to the right for the right reasons and for the right content. We'll be back in California. There's limitless things to do in California. But right now, since we're in autumn, we really gotta explore New England and surrounding areas. All right, folks, look at this. I'm looking at 37 people watching, 38 people watching, but 24 thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me if we can get that thumbs up to 30. Let's get that thumbs up to 30. I'll leave you alone. I'll have a smile on my face for the rest of the day. It'll fuel me to film more throughout the 35. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to drink more coffee, even though I don't need it. I'm going to get on the road, listen to more Tom Petty. Thank you for hearing me today about that Tom Petty speech. That actually meant a lot to me. And what else can I say? You guys keep me fueled up. You make me excited every day to get up and film more content. And make sure you check out those Witches Brew reviews. They're not getting hits. The views are like 200. What's going on here? Yes, we love Yankee Candle. Yes, we love Bath and Body Works, but we got to expand, right? We got to expand. We got to look at the world of candles. We're going to change the candle world, and the only way to do that is to look at what other people are doing. So if you have a little time today, check out those videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. I'd love to stay here all day, but I got to keep moving. Bye-bye, everybody. And Lisa, if you're watching, I am so sorry about your box, but I will open it very soon. That's it. Have a good one. Get back to your football.